Hello, Cancers. Welcome to Metanoia Tarot. My name is Brittany. This is your March 2020 reading. It's a little funky, I know. It's cute. I like my daughter and my sister's drawings in the picture. Thought it was cute. My lamp is right here, and it looks dumb. Who am I? Well, okay, we'll stay there. Okay, Cancers, let's get started. Good messages coming through. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. This is fast movement. This is something fast coming in. I feel like this is blessings coming in. I feel like this is abundance coming in. This is the part of the journey that feels exciting. It feels supported. That's what I feel from the card. This is positive forward movement. And it's wand, so it's fire energy. All right. Oh, we're not putting that down. That's just the bottom of the deck. We'll set it up here. Set it up there. All right, Cancers. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Temperance card. Three of Wands. Yeah. You're learning to focus elsewhere. You say it a lot, but you don't practice it. But you're practicing it now. And you're also experiencing the abundance and the peace and the joy and the stability of doing what you said it is that you were going to do and keeping your word. And putting your attention and energy into things that grow you versus what takes from you, what drains you. Because there is a tendency of going to places that dry you out simply because you care and you love that place and you love that thing and you love that connection. You're practicing just wanting to let things be peaceful. Like, not it is what it is, but accepting it's not being very lax about it. It's being very intentional in saying, I accept that for what that was. I accept this for what this is now. This is forward movement. This is, and it starts here. It starts here. You're very in alignment right now and moving in a space that it feels good from the inside out for once. It feels like for once. And it's the time you finally bet on yourself and you believe in yourself and you make those choices for you, for real. Those real choices. The ones you probably don't want to make, but they're the best. And then you make them, and you keep making them. You keep moving in the direction that requires both your obedience and your discipline. Literally you're like following your spirit, following where it is that you want to go. Because there are a lot of times we get distracted by things, and sometimes it's by choice. It's by choice sometimes. It's intentionally saying, I'm done doing that. I don't have time no more. I don't have time anymore. You don't have time anymore. You're done pushing and pulling these knives out of your back over and over again. You're done. You're ready to just get up. You're ready to just get up and take these swords out your back and keep it moving instead of laying here thinking about, damn, how I get these swords in my bag. Oh, I remember now. Like, not sitting in this no more. Like, yes, it happened, but I'm blessed. Blessings are coming in because I believe it and I said so, and I'm moving in that way. You understand that? You understand that? You're coming out of being in your head about your pain, about your struggles, about your insecurities, about yourself. Like, we're done with all that. Because I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I'm that girl, that boy, that one. You understand me? That, like, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's just some sadness around it, though. However, but if it's only because I think you had to accept the fact that there are going to be times where you cannot get the help that you need, and you can't get the support that you need. Not that you can't, that you won't get it the way you think you're supposed to get it. Sometimes there are moments where all you need is you, and you have to learn that. You've had to learn it over and over again because you've been trying to find a safetyness in other people versus within yourself. And that's what you're coming out of. This is coming out of codependency and learning that it has to start with me. That's what's up. And it is sad because there are a lot of realizations that come through of not feeling supported. But also with the King of Swords in the reverse, there's also a feeling of, I don't feel supported, but I'm also not allowing myself to even feel my feelings right now. And if I am, it's showing up in a nasty way. So people probably can feel that and don't want to support. Or someone can feel that way about you. Okay. It's sad, but we moving. We moving. It's okay to have to come into yourself. The Hermit. Virgo. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta go there. We all gotta go there. Like, let me get my shit together. Sometimes we weren't there enough for ourselves. And then having to learn to do that and realizing maybe you just really don't know how. So you have to learn. You got to live life and learn. And you have to be challenged in the practice of being there for you and understanding that sometimes all you got is you. And that's okay. You learn to deal with everybody else when you know how to deal with you. That's exciting. This is exciting, like soul searching. This is being passionate about soul searching. Being passionate about getting to know who you are and who you want to be. And taking off the mask that you probably got to put on for other people. Realizing that you're living in a role that they want you to live in. And then trying to think about why you feel this way. Like you're breaking out of a cocoon or going through like a phoenix moment. Like it feels very painful. It's a big change that happened that you're going through. That's exciting. But why do you feel like that? That's not even what I wanted to say. I just lost my freaking train of thought. See, it's rough out here. This is kind of being tired of not truly walking in your in you and deciding to do just that. Hurting some feelings maybe, and it may feel like you're doing it on your own, because I feel like there is a point in this journey where you have to say no to people that aren't used to you saying no. And you got to put boundaries up with people who are not used to you putting up boundaries. And it's tough. These are connections that no longer resonate with you, that are becoming too much to partake in. It's becoming too much to engage and be around. There's a disconnection. So there is a automatic tendency to just go inside for a moment and figure you out. Okay, how do I want to show up in this? How do I want to show up to this today? Okay, I'm going to say no today. How am I going to? I feel like it's that like specific for some of you. Like you're you want to know what you're going to say before you say something that should be simple, but it's not. So there is a practicing and a writing it out, then editing it, and then okay, and you're not doing that no more. You don't want to have to do that anymore. That's tiring. And now that you're choosing to do things that are best for you and your health and your well-being, by simply just maybe removing yourself, or maybe having to go in, it shows up how it shows up. Okay, everybody's situation is made equal, and it's very different. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got that hard thing, that hard point that they got to deal with. This ponytail hurts. All right. Okay, you're taking care of yourself. Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is water energy. That's water. That's you taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself in the midst of, you know, separating from people or drifting apart, or it's not, I'm not engaging with this anymore. I no longer want this to be part of my story. Good luck. I don't know. Literally, this is related to friends as well. For some of you. Specifying now, it's showing up. For some of you, this is friends. This is you separating from a friend group. Or realizing there are differences, and that's okay. And knowing that you're supported. And that good things are coming in, and you're moving in a great direction. I think this is a great bottom of the deck. Overall energy. I enjoy that. I'm just saying. Cancers, when y'all show up, y'all show out. You know what I mean? This is, you know, the forward. What were we just forward movement? That's what we were just talking about. Oh, okay. All right, just asking. You're really cutting deep ties. Some of you, this is lovers, wives, husbands, childhood friend, like really. Well, mine is the. Okay, for some of you, this could be like very, like the intimate relationships that got romantic. But I also feel like your soulmate is not just like romantic. And I don't think the lovers is just a romantic card. I don't read it that way. I feel like the ties that you're, or the people that you're disconnecting from, you know, there was a lot of love there. You know, could have been passionate. Very, you know, like, I love you. Like you're putting a lot of energy. So I would imagine that it could have been very intense for some of you. Or you could just really love somebody. Like, I love you. Like, I really care about you. It doesn't have to be like, all like, I love you. It don't got to be like that. It could be just y'all, you know, friends, you know. But you really love each other. Okay? Yeah, it just wasn't working. It stopped. The wheel was no longer going It was no longer, the wheel of fortune. It was the wheel of misfortune. It was like, damn, what happened? 4 of Cups. Yeah, you're no longer engaging. I know, like, this is literally Brooklyn sitting behind me with her phone. That's so funny. Okay. Anyways, there's something you're not giving your attention anymore. No, you're not. You're not. Let me see. Oh, shit. Okay. No. You're ignoring these people. This page of swords in the reverse. First of all, it's a page of swords in the reverse. Salty boots. That's what I call them. I'm just saying. I imagine that the page of swords is someone that's salty about things, or that's how you may describe it. Okay. Also, someone that's not very honest, or they exaggerate the truth, and it's just aggravating. It's annoying. That's an aggravating person. I don't know. You tell me. It is your reading. Knight of Cups in the reverse, like someone coming back in with some bull. Things being revealed in the process about yourself and about these people, about these connections, and you're just like, I'm not interested. Like, and we got a few planets in Pisces right now, and we're in Pisces season, Pisces energy. That intuition is listen. Believe we're all more intuitive during Pisces season. I'm not the only one who said it. I feel it. Just saying. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like, okay. When I see the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, or the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel distraction. I feel like being distracted from work. That's one of the first things that come to me. And then the 7 of Swords is being open to suggestions, being willing to address something head on, after avoiding it, no longer avoiding it, choosing not to avoid it. You're choosing to ignore the distraction, I'm feeling, or choosing to acknowledge that what's been revealed to you is that this is more of a distraction than it is any type of nurturing connection or area of my life. It wasn't balanced. And I think you're understanding that. There was no reciprocity. It wasn't a give and a take. It wasn't mutual. There are a lot of, that's coming up a lot for people. Like, realizing that what they're giving is not what they're getting, and it's unfair. Or you could be realizing about this self and how you operate in your connections in your life. Yeah, you have to sit with, okay, this might be just about you, Cancer. You may have to sit with yourself. Or they do. Some of you could have been dealing with the Libra. Any sign, really. But I felt, okay, just had to say that. Yeah, contemplating on manifesting, like, cooperation and harmony and working together like a team. That's what you want. In your friendships, in your family relationships, in your romantic relationships, you're figuring out how you can better operate as a teammate, and also how to vocalize what it is that you want from the people in your life. Like, what standards are you going to put people in your life? What standards are you going to hold yourself to? It's mastering your values. Come on now. Okay, Cancer, you're not playing. It's saying, this is my boundary. This is my bottom line. This is this is what this is, and it's not changing. This is who I am. This is what I'm not going to allow. It's mastering being in harmony with yourself and actively practicing making sure that harmony is in your life. You're being very intentional about that. And you're being very blessed for it. And you're continuing to move forward. You're being very blessed for it. This is a great bottom of the deck. That type of energy right there. Come on. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Okay. You are moving with foresight and keeping the past in mind and keeping the lessons in mind about the past from the past. But for some of you, it could be putting you in your head and possibly making you guard yourself very a lot, like almost too much, almost to the point where you become defensive and you don't want to be there. So I feel like this Eight of Swords is coming up as a warning. The Ace of Cups, yeah. Don't drain yourself trying to protect yourself from things that aren't trying to hurt you. Don't be like hyper vigilant on protecting yourself. Like, you can relax, you could chill, because you're good. You're fine. You're protected. And I think you know that, but I think it feels like either way, I don't know. I feel like maybe some apprehension is coming up. You're really thinking about the reciprocation in your life. Reminiscing, somebody from the past could have come into your life. You and someone from your past could have reconnected. I think it's conflicting. Like moving forward, but also like it is sad, like having to change the dynamic of a relationship or having to do away with it completely. And it's just like, I'm gonna be sad regardless. I feel that. Having a hard time trusting, like, am I doing the right thing? Oh, okay. That's frustrating. But what happens is gonna happen. The Tower just popped out like, we ain't finna sit here and be sad about this, because some things have to go and you know that. Okay. Because it's going to happen regardless. And that's what you understand. Confirmation. It's going to happen regardless. Yeah, focusing on understanding that some things just are going to happen, and they can happen, and not being attached, being in a connection and not being attached to how it turns out versus, you know, like just being in the moment. You focus on yourself more, and it brings you stability, and you're able to give more to people. You're able to give more by focusing on yourself. Yes, because when you do not, when you're distracted, it's like, yes, got you. Got you. No, you don't. You thought. It's understanding you have to choose your stability over everything. For real. And that means some things just gonna have to go. And it means some things are gonna have to change. And it's accepting, coming back to acceptance. Coming back to that. Because when you don't accept what's going on, and you trying to force a circle into a square, or a triangle into a circle, or whatever the hell, you know those little toys the kids have, trying to do something like that, you become bitter. You become being stuck in an illusion of some sorts, this is defensive. This is coming from a place of being constantly triggered and not knowing how to deal with it. You're not going back there anymore. You're not doing that anymore. That was exhausting because it was real pain. But it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear. It's different being in pain and understanding what's going on and understanding because you did the work, or because, you know, there's clarity in the moment that there is the pain that you're experiencing, right? But when it's just like you don't have the answers that you feel like you need, that pain, it feels different. It feels never ending. Because sometimes getting the answer means having to do something you don't want to do. Sometimes getting the answer means having to make a choice you don't want to make. Sometimes getting the answer means having to swallow your pride. Sometimes getting the answer means having to speak that truth that you haven't spoken so long, or you've never spoken. It's having to be courageous. And I feel like because you feel supported spiritually, and you feel supported by people like you around you that get it, it makes you want to be more courageous. So your clarity, I can't make this up. All right now. Okay. Stop that, please. Thank you. Restoring finances, like I was saying, because when you focus on you, you focus on you. Your point. The stability in all areas. We also talking financial. This is having like a newfound sense of like you're proud of yourself. Like you're really proud of yourself because you see now. Things are clear now. It's like in cycles. It's like life happens. You get a little cloudy for a minute. Then you got to learn how to come out of it. Then clarity. Then some come up. And it's learning every time. Because it's going to come up. This is always going to show up in life. Always. How bad it gets depends on us. How quick we get out of it depends on us. How did you operate this time? What did you do this time when this popped up? These illusions, this confusion, not knowing what was what. What did you do about it? Healing. Healing. It's not a joke. This is not a joke. When I say y'all are good, y'all are abundant, y'all are safe, y'all are okay. That's easier said than like just saying, but like, I feel like you can breathe right now. You can relax. You can relax your shoulders. Like it's okay. I'm just saying. The Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. Material wealth. Financial stability. Family security. Like the ultimate stability. In you being personally satisfied and happy and fulfilled. I'm just saying. You had to release that old story. It hurt more than it helped you. We done. It put you there. It took away that courage. Okay, later, boo. It took away that courage. I just need to use the bathroom. Oh, what time is it? I just thought about something. Sorry guys. Oh my God. It took away that courage that you're finding. But no more of that. Yeah. You have no time for conflict or things that wish to become conflict or things that you could see becoming conflict. Becoming too much. And you're very confident in this decision that you're making. You're very confident in this. You want everybody else around you to learn how to do the same thing. You're leading by example. Like, I'm living in my truth. This is what I want. This is what I deserve. But also being aware. Don't be walking around acting crazy now. Causing havoc, talking about, this is what I deserve. No, that's not what we're talking about. Funny. No. But if that is you, take a moment and sit with you. Really sit with you. You know, when you there for your friend, be there for you like that. We're not there for ourselves like that all the time. Because it's scary. Being this in your power feels scary because it is changing things. There is a transformation happening, but there's a resistance. There's a resistance because you may not be used to it. And I feel like it's not doing what's best for you that's the problem. That's easy. It's everybody's response to it. Because there may be some people who get that same old you, and those people that have to go because they're holding you back from completely walking in your power, in your star power, in your full energy, because they're still kind of sucking from you. Ooh, it's getting rid of those people who still want you to operate in a way that's not good for you. At your lowest self, like when you don't believe in yourself, when you are the people pleaser, when you do want to do everything for everybody and make everybody happy, the you that puts everybody else first, it benefits them. And a part of you knows that with certain people, but you want to come out of that like we've been feeling for this whole reading thus far. Okay? Yes, doing something completely different. The road less travel. It's like breaking tradition. It's like breaking the regular, breaking the routine. Yeah. It seems like someone doesn't. Okay, so the cycle. First of all, the world is here, so a cycle has ended. But someone is not happy that a cycle has ended. Someone wants to come rushing in. I feel with protest. With the Eight of Cups in the reverse, this is not walking away. This is walking away from things that no longer serve you, that just you're walking away from an illusion, walking away from something that it wasn't what you thought it was, so it was time to go. This is still being there and knowing you need to walk away or not being able to because of attachment. This is being attached. So this feels like someone who is attached in not a positive way to this connection or to this routine or to this pattern. You changing the pattern disturbs their reality. But so it's like you have to be more guarded in this ending. You're at the end. You're I think within yourself and with your actions, I feel there's a few more things you have to get done before you can completely say this is over. This cycle, this part of me, I'm no longer operating in that part of me because she does not know, or he or she or whoever, okay? That part of me, nah, they gotta go. They throwing me off. They blocking me. And you're not being blocked. Come on. Queen of Pentacles in the upright and the King of Pentacles in the upright that came out. What was that? Because that came out, right? I know it came out. Look, I'm just kidding. It came out. I know it did. It came out. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, I got both of those in the upright. I feel like you connecting with people who think just like you now. Like, for real. Like, it's about making sure we're good every day. That's no shade to nobody in your life. But having to understand that I don't know how to relate to that. I don't know what you're talking about anymore. It's like happily because the tower's out. This is something that's already is happening anyway. I feel like there is the road, and then it was going to happen anyway. And I think because there's so much awareness of it happening, but there's not enough initiating a conversation, maybe. It feels like it could be passive aggressive. Listen. Come on. It's beautiful and painful at the same time. It's a growing pain. You're growing. You're doing what's best for you. You're no longer trying to people please. And that's hurting. That could hurt you because you feel bad, and it's hurting somebody, it's hurting other people because they can no longer just get what they want from you. Or you're no longer engaging in this unhappy, dissatisfied energy. Because when you're dissatisfied, you'll kind of deal with anything. It's no longer being in that. Well, some people, that's a possibility. Not being satisfied, you don't take the time alone to figure out what it is that you like, what you want. So you're just kind of figuring it out through people when you don't have to do that. You can find out what you like about you by just being alone. That's the best way. And then, relationships and friendships and stuff like that. But I feel like this feels connected to a relationship for some of you. Like really understanding that something's just, it's not in. And it's okay. This also I feel family too. It could literally be whoever came to your mind when this reading started, okay? Yeah, taking your power back and not being in your power. You don't want to operate from this place anymore. This person that could have been abusing their power, Some people get mad and they do that. And they do too much. And they know that because they're bitter and they didn't work through it. But you're choosing not to operate in that. Come on. There's a better opportunity here. There's bigger opportunities. There's bigger things being presented to you. You don't got time to be worrying about. Come on. You have shit to celebrate. You have, oh my gosh. Cancer. It's beautiful. Yeah, like someone who, mind you, is a page. They was just trying to get that dangling anyway. Like, they message. For some of you, they look at you like, because you're moving forward. Their judgment of you changed. It shifted because you decided to shatter their illusion of whatever they thought it was. Or you kind of you changed their reality by transitioning into calmer waters and moving into calmer waters. And just moving on and to do what's best for you. And they feel some type of way about that. Okay? They feel some type of way about that. This is because you said, nah. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, guys. Why don't you use like a movie? She's recording.
Baby, this is for my cup.
Oh, I know, baby. It broke off.
How do it broke off?
I have no idea. But you don't necessarily need it. It's okay. Okay, but can y'all step out so I can finish? I'm almost done. Like, y'all really like, nah. Y'all not dealing with that. Y'all not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with the bitterness. I'm not dealing with the passive aggression. Nah. It's like, I've been through enough. This is coming up at the end of the reading. Like, you've legit been through enough already. There's only a few cards left. And this is coming up at the end. Like, you're fed up and you're really like putting your foot down. And parts of you are still questioning the things that you have to put your foot down about. But that's part of growth. Okay, because you learn new things, your perspectives have changed, and now you're challenging yourself to do better. That's what's up. Come on. I said, that's what's up. You understand that there's still work to be done. The way you're holding these people in your life to certain standards, you're doing that to yourself too. You're doing it to yourself too. That's why you feel more comfortable setting the boundaries and saying what needs to be said. Because it's like, I'm being as honest as I can possibly be. And I know I already told you this. And the thing I'm mad about now is not anything new, because I've been honest and I've been transparent. I've been making sure I communicate. You understand that you're doing what you need to do to make sure you're showing up as your best self every time, even if it's not pleasant, You know what I mean? Like, not trying to be perfect, but working in a way that, operating in a way that's like, it's healthy for you. Like, it's healthy for the connection. You're being very mindful of your shit because you don't want to bring that into nothing else. Or you're learning to do this. This is coming up at the end. So you may be learning to do this right now. There was a lot of, that Hermit came up in near the beginning. So it was really being in your space and just kind of figuring you out. And being honest, being very real with you. And understand that some things, the tower just was going to have to fall. Okay? You still have work to do. That's fine. You've done a lot. You understand me? You've done a lot. And you're standing in you're standing your ground with this. You're standing your ground with this. Like, you know what you're doing. Standing up for what it is that you believe in. Defending your choices. Being there for yourself like you had to practice being. We were talking about at the beginning. So you're supporting yourself now, like, fiercely. It took some time. It took some time. It took some time. Okay. Page of Wands in the reverse. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse with the Fool. The 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, that we were talking about reciprocation. And I feel like this is not reciprocation. And that Knight of Wands in the reverse. First of all, Knight of Wands is somebody that's coming in and out anyway. So in the reverse, like, I'm not a fan. Like the Fool. Fool could be a good thing. But I don't know about this Knight of Wands in the reverse. I don't know. I don't know about them. Because they came up with the 6 of Wands in the reverse. I mean, 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is live in the moment. Okay? Live in the moment. Don't be attached to any outcomes. Don't worry about the future. Identify that some things are going to require less energy than you think. Like ignoring this. And continuing to work at what's important. And that's you. And things that reflect your morals and your values and your standards and your boundaries. A harmonious life. Okay? You have to be aware of what's going on and very, gotta really think about things, but also understanding you can't be attached to everything either. Like, that's how you make better decisions that way. You make the best decisions for you. And it's not just about what you want. It's about what you deserve. And believing in what you deserve and knowing that, what you deserve is bigger than what you can even imagine. You can't even fathom that. That's what you're believing in. And it's manifesting for you because you're believing in it and you're operating in that and you're making the decisions that you need to make and you're moving how you need to move. And I'm proud of you, Cancer. Okay? 45 minutes, we out. I'm going to see y'all in April or whatever.